Hi guys, due to the current working from home situation for all of us, we've been wanting to keep these recipes going on a weekly basis, so we're going to try and do it as long as possible. So what was supposed to be a Saturday special is now a Wok Wednesday. Let's get woking. Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok, Covent Garden. For this series, we're going to focus on the Asian pantry. I'm going to show you the basic ingredients from around the continent to help you guys make quick and easy Asian recipes at home. This week's episode is all about Chinese pantry. Just like Thai food, Vietnamese food, you're trying to get that balance of flavor, texture and color. And Chinese food starts with sort of simple pantry ingredients, and most of them are soya-based sauces. Fermented soybean, fermented broad bean, fermented different types of beans that kind of magically turn up and work out themselves in different bottles. The difference between a Chinese bottle and, say, a pre-made curry sauce is that we're looking at these bottles and jars and taking sort of 1 or 2 spoons here or there to balance out that flavor. So we're trying to go for sweet, sour, salty, savory, all in one go. I'm going to make some Chinese style barbecued ribs with this to take on my recipe from Chinese Unchopped, my first book. But I want to show you the different core ingredients. So if I want sweet, I've got some sugar here, but also I've got things like hoisin sauce, probably know from duck and pancakes, dishes like that. Quite thick, quite sweet, or very sweet in fact. Ketchup, I would put in the same sort of family as hoisin sauce. Sweet, slightly thick, got that sort of gooey texture. Oyster sauce, pretty much the one bottle that will be in every single Chinese household around the world. Oyster sauce has a good percentage of oyster extract in it. The first ever oyster sauce was invented by Lee Kum-kee, and it was an accident. Mr. Lee Kum-sheng, he forgot his oyster soup and it thickened up over time and became this amazing oyster sauce. Now, perfect for different stir fries and all types of our sort of cooking to give that savory flavor. And then you've got your different types of soy sauce for saltiness. So light soy sauce, great for saltiness, tends to be thinner than dark soy sauce, which gives you that caramelized texture. It's got a high percentage of sugar to salt content in dark as opposed to light, which is why it's good for color and texture. Sesame oil gives you that nutty flavor, and it's usually used at the beginning in a marinade or at the end of a stir fry, not to cook with. And then sour from things like rice vinegar or natural sour ingredients, different citrus fruits. Right, let's get cooking. Now, classically, this is my mum's recipe, and I'd usually have sort of thick to thin, 2 to 1. So the thicker ingredients are my sugar, ketchup, hoisin sauce. My thinner ingredients would be things like my rice vinegar and my dark soy. I'm going to use these other 3 to show you how that balances flavor, because we've got more savory and saltiness and a little bit of sort of aromatic nuttiness from the sesame oil. So I've kind of split those in 3 in quantities. So I'm going to go 4, 2, 1. I don't know why I did that smile. That was really weird. We've got some ginger and garlic as a base. And I'm just going to layer my sauce up in the corner of my rib plate here. And then, as I said, thick to thin, 2 to 1, or with the extra ingredients to show you that balance of flavor, 4 to 1. So let's go for 4. This is by no means healthy, guys, but it will be really tasty. And that is 3, 4. The big difference between, I would say, more westernized barbecued ribs with that really sweet glaze versus that sort of balance and bringing in the savory and saltiness, which is where we do it Chinese style. So we're going to go for 4 blobs of ketchup, rough tablespoons. Ketchup, I always say, there's in Hong Kong, the Brits or the Americans left 2 great things, Spam and ketchup. Ketchup's a great ingredient for many different cuisines because it just has that perfect wrapping texture. 2, 3, 4 spoons of hoisin, so that's my thick ingredients. Now we're going to go for 2 dark soy and 2 rice vinegar. I want that a good amount of dark soy to accentuate that maroon colour and give us a good glaze around the ribs. Rice vinegar is to balance out that sugar. 1, 2. I don't want it to be sour in flavour. We're just putting it in there for that balance. And then we're starting to go into our salty and savoury now. And that's a tablespoon of saltiness, so that light soy sauce. So for something like this, I don't want it to be too salty. I just want that to, again, balance out that sweet, sour, salty, and then savoury with a similar amount of oyster sauce. So a tablespoon of oyster sauce is probably all you need there. Again, remember there's saltiness in that too, so don't go overboard with it. And then sesame oil, again, a tablespoon. And that will just, I mean, once that starts roasting away, you'll smell that sesame oil. It'll smell like a Chinese takeaway. Give that a good mix around. Well, that sugar's going to get massaged in anyway, so I'm going to get my hand into that now and wrap each rib around. Now you can cook this nice and slowly on a sort of 140, 150 degrees C for a few hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours if you wished. Or if you want it quicker just because you're really hungry, then you can put it like I'm going to do here, 180 degrees C, 20 minutes either side, and you should get a nice sort of charred finish. If you want to char it even more, then you can whack it under the grill for another 5 minutes at the end. So it's a really simple recipe to show you that sort of balance of flavour that you can take from 4 or 5 core Chinese pantry ingredients. Roast those for about 35, 40 minutes, 180 degrees C. So the ribs really nicely charred. Just mop up any of that extra sauce. So slow cooking them, if you were to do so, just makes them really soft and succulent, that crisp outer edge. But if you're cooking them quickly, they taste really great as well. That is amazing. Definitely a dish that reminds me of my mum every time, and she's very, very proud and happy that it's gone all over the world. You know what this means. It's absolutely delicious. And the most important thing is, the reason why it's so Morris is just got that perfect balance of flavour. So sweet, sour, not too sour, but a little bit sour. Saltiness, savoury from that oyster sauce. Classic pantry ingredients, Chinese pantry that is. Don't forget guys, if you'd like to learn more about Asian cuisine, subscribe to our channel and like all of our social media channels too.